Hello, everyone. This is JD Calderon, and this is Indie Comics Explained. And today, again, I have brought another awesome guest on. But before we get to him, please like, subscribe, let your friends know that we're going live with all these great indie artists and indie creators. And please, I also have a Kickstarter running, so please go check it out. And without further ado, here's our fantastic guest, Ozzy Longoria. I'm pretty sure I
Longoria.
screwed that. Longoria. Okay, I'm hoping I said that correctly. Right?
Just think about Eva Longoria.
In Longoria. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, my Spanish is. I can order lunch.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm good, man. Yo, so it's a pleasure meeting you. But we're here to talk about you, so let's get into it. So Ozzy, I mean, so when you first started really looking at comic books, because obviously we all got in it through comics at an early age or whatever. But what was the earliest reminiscence of you looking at a comic book? You were saying, yeah, this is actually something I'd like to be doing in the future.
Right. Well, it was really early in my life. My dad owns a barber shop. So there's a lot of magazines and comic books all the time. I remember going I was 4 or 5 years ago, 5 years old, and browsing through all kinds. I guess I was born in Mexico City, close to Mexico City,
Okay.
and so I used to browse through Mexican comic books. I remember also Spider-Man being one of my favorites.
Right.
Some comics like Caliman or just Mexican superheroes, Fantomas, all that. That's what inspired me to become an artist first. I didn't want to become a comic book artist until '91, when I grabbed in my hands X-Men #1 by Jim Lee. He's my hero. You can see
Right.
some of the art behind me, and that's when I decided I was going to college, and I decided just to drop everything and become a comic book artist.
Okay.
That
Cool.
book.
Now, let me ask you a question. I mean, because I find, when I talk to people from other countries, because obviously you have different cultures, and you how different are the comic books from, let's say, Mexico from the U.S. And I mean, not the translated stuff, but the actual stuff that's homegrown.
Well, I'll say they're a little less quality because they have the format of being a bi-weekly instead of monthly. So that right there, the quality gets low.
Right.
Also the scripts, but it's they were fantastic. They were really fantastic. I can applaud to those writers that they come up with fantastic stories every 2 weeks or sometimes every week, because there was a time they used to come every week. So yeah, that's the difference, because we used to also have the same like Spider-Man, Batman,
Right.
Avengers, all that, and but we used to get the kind of like the trades in single formats. I don't know if that makes sense, because they used to pick the good stories and publish instead of monthly by month by month.
Right.
So that's what it is. That's the difference. There's also the many other comic books about different stuff, just cultural stuff, politics and stuff like that. Yeah, go ahead.
No, that's really cool because if you look at let's say manga, right? They have all sorts of different things. They do fantasy, they do superhero stuff, they do sports, right?
That's right.
Exactly. So I mean, I find that fascinating. It's very interesting to see that, especially from other cultures. Because I work with an artist from Chile, okay, and she sends me some of her books that she's done down there. And it's just interesting to see the differences between the way we go about things, the way they go about things.
Right. There used to be comics about erotic comics. I don't know. also like the I don't know, like hentai kind of,
Right, right.
but
Mm,
and there used to be a lot of comic books about politics
mm,
for that time, and they were
right.
really popular.
Hmm.
Also, dramatic comics, um, teen comics, or all that kind of
Right.
stuff.
Did you guys have the novellas?
Kind of like that, exactly.
Because my mother, right, she would buy, they would have the painted cover, and then you go inside, and it would be like photographs, and
Right,
they would put the dialogue in.
like this
Yeah,
size,
like that
like
size. Yeah, yeah,
tiny ones. Yeah,
yeah,
pocket size.
yeah,
You always see people those comics in their pocket. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
that was really really. I
yeah.
remember that.
Yeah, my mother
uh,
would buy those things. She would get stacks of them every week. All right.
what happened?
Now
You got
you
frozen
frozen.
for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, we both did.
Oh,
now, no,
okay.
I was saying that my mother would get stacks of them every week. And
Yeah,
she would bring. I was like, it was just hilarious. I was like, I think that's where I got it from. The comic thing is like, watching her reading novellas.
yeah, yeah. You know which artist came from those comic books?
Which one?
Um, Basel Dua. He's doing. He did a run of Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what's his name? This Mexican guy, very
Mm.
famous. He changed his name and now he's Jan Basel Dua.
Oh, so
Uh,
I did. The name sounds familiar.
he's
It's
very
like,
famous.
mm, no,
He did a he
that's
did a
cool.
run on Loki also.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Right.
Rogue and Gambit also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He started doing those comics in Mexico.
No, that's
So
awesome, man. That's awesome. Because yeah, I mean, it just goes to show you that it doesn't matter like where you come from. As long as you're talented, you can get in.
that's right. Yeah.
As
He,
long as you're
he,
talented.
yeah, he's got a great career
Uh,
now. I
he's
mean,
got to keep.
before.
Yeah, he's got to keep practicing. So let's get back. Let's get back into Ozzy though. So when like when you first started like drawing, did you take any classes? Did you like what art books were you studying? What were you looking at?
Um, I am a self-taught. I always, when I was a kid, I always had a pencil in my hand. I
Mm,
used to draw everywhere, even on the walls.
right.
Um, so I did get a bunch of mentors
Mm,
through my life. Um, I started obviously with the school. In the school, they teach you
right.
like the basics.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I used to just I used to go to the library, just get so many books, the Loomis. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I study anatomy and all that. I was very interested since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So and later on, I had um, a private teacher. It didn't last that long because I was better than him. And then
That's never a good thing.
no. But then I got a big one.
Mm,
Oscar Gonzalez Loyo is my mentor.
okay.
He's a very famous guy in Mexico and here too. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
he did a run on the Simpsons comics.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
He won an Eisner Award for
Wow.
that title. He
Mm-hmm.
did Astro Boy. He did a bunch of manga books like Zimba. Um,
Mm-hmm.
he's done many stuff here and in Mexico is very famous too. He's got a character that is gonna survive him. He's a legend. He's a legend.
Mm-hmm.
The guy.
So I mean, what did you like? What were the primary things that he taught you? Like like that you really took from him? Was it like layout and design, storytelling, that sort of thing?
Everything. Yeah, I started from zero.
Mm,
From doing exercises to anatomy to it was a it was like a very intense teaching because I used to go see him every week. He
Mm-hmm.
lives on the outskirts of Mexico City.
Right.
So I used to go see him there, and he said like, grab a notebook and do exercises, and
Mm.
bring that notebook next week, like
Right.
complete, like
Mm-hmm.
full of stuff. And I used to do it like it was intense. And then we started with the anatomy and proportions,
Mm.
layout, inking, penciling, details, everything.
Mm.
He was a really good mentor. Him and his father, he already passed out, but um, he his dad and also Susie, he used to teach how to write.
Right.
So yeah, the whole family is
They're
like
all they're all
yeah, they
into the arts.
yeah.
That's awesome, man. You don't see that all the time.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
And he's so kind. The guy, he's just like didn't charge me, because that was when I first met him. I told him like, hey, how much are you gonna charge me? It's like
Mm.
nothing, zero.
Uh, right.
So he has a lot of students too
Mm.
in his house. It's basically a school.
Right. Well, that's cool. Did you guys ever end up helping him with some of his work?
Um, Not me, no, but
Mm.
some of his students, yes.
Okay. You know.
I was in a different path, and my style is different
Mm. Mm.
from what he does. So yeah, mine is a little more realistic.
Right. Okay. That's cool. Because yeah, here sometimes you'll hear of some of the older artists. Well, just some of the more mature artists. They'll take on some apprentices. They'll have them drawing the boxes. You know.
Right.
The maybe they'll have them ink the backgrounds. The little people in the backgrounds, and that's about it.
Yeah,
Maybe fill
no,
in the
no.
blacks.
No, like I said, he's so kind that he doesn't expect anything from you. Like
Mm.
he just he loves the medium so much that uh, he wants to get push a lot of people just in the right direction
Right.
and just help.
Mm. That's awesome, man. That's really cool.
Yeah,
So no, that's incredible. Now, and what's your preferred way of doing it? Because I don't know. Are you writing your own stories? You working with the writers? Both? How are you working at?
finally I'm able to write my own stories.
Mm-hmm.
Before, like when I started, I was writing my story, but just plotting it because
Mm-hmm.
my English was not that good.
Right.
And I used to hire a writer,
Mm-hmm.
and basically just from that, just uh, do the whole story.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so now when you work, do you like to write out a full script, or do you like to work like Marvel style, where maybe you'll just write out like a scene and then you'll break it down into the artwork?
See, at the beginning, I used to do a lot of the Marvel style because,
Mm.
like I said, I used to have this story in my head, but I cannot write it.
Right.
So I used to just do the story,
Mm.
all the inks and everything, color,
Right.
and send it to this guy that he was my collaborator for a long time,
Mm.
Chrisman Strong,
Mm-hmm.
and he used to just write the dialogues and everything. It was a
Right.
really good collaboration with him. We did so
Mm.
many stories together.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, so now, did you ever work from like a full script? Like anybody ever like? Did you? Yeah. Now, how
Oh
do you
yeah.
break those down?
Well, it depends because sometimes they send me scripts that they're like Alan Moore kind of scripts, which is
Mm.
just uh, there's no dialogues, or the
Oh,
dialogue
okay.
comes later.
Mm.
And then there's another ones who they send you scripts really detailed and with a lot of um, dialogue.
Right.
What I do is just I do thumbnails on top of the scripts.
Mm.
I start doing layouts.
Right.
Then I do roughs, and then I do rough pencils, like more detailed rough pencils, and
Right.
then I go from that to inks.
Hmm.
I don't do
Now,
detail
oh, okay. Right.
on the
So
pencils. Yeah,
you're basically just finishing with your inking, not with right.
that's right.
Yeah. My
It
wife,
save a lot of time in there.
exactly. My wife is an illustrator. She draws a comic we work on, and she's the same way. She'll draw like, she'll do a rough in pencil, and then she'll break out
Yeah,
her pens, and she'll like, there it is. And so, yeah, I've seen a lot of people do that, and I worked with other guys where he would do the full illustration in pencil, and then just ink it, and it was just like, okay, like you just
yeah.
redid the thing.
Wow, exactly. I don't know how they do it. It's just, I
Yeah.
guess, I guess that's the norm for a lot of people,
Right.
but I just never did that. I did it a
Right.
few times. I've been doing this for 20 years, so I've been
Right.
doing it. Some people just want to see the final pencils,
Hmm.
so you have to do it.
Right. True, 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 true. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, that is true. Um, yeah, when I was working with that guy, it was Matthew. Yeah, that's just how he did it. It's just weird, because like I said, my wife, we all worked together. We started at the same time in the early '90s, and she would just do rough pencils and then, just ink it, and then he would do
right.
really tight pencils and then just ink it. Yeah, and
Yeah,
then I had another guy I worked with. He would take the darkest lead you could find, and he would pencil out the whole thing, and it was so dark you don't have
yeah,
to ink it.
right.
He would just take a black and white copy of it, and it
Yeah,
would just come out black.
Photoshop it. Yeah, like
Yeah,
keep
well,
some contrast, and that's it.
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
I've
it's
done that
just.
too, actually. Yeah,
Mhm.
do some really tight pencils. You don't need inks.
Yep. Hmm. That's
That's
how
what
he
it,
saved time. He was just like, oh, there you go, all
yeah.
done. Uh, so, so I mean, like, all right. So you say you got like a 20-year history. I mean, like, what was like your first comic, and like, what was your first experience with that?
My first comic. Oh God, that was in nine. Um, that was the first series. It was called
Mm.
Quantum Rock of Ages.
Oh, you
Um,
worked with my buddy
who is Philip?
Philip. Yep, yep, yep,
Yeah,
yep. I haven't seen him.
Philip Clark. Yeah,
Yeah, Philip Clark. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a few years, but yeah. uh-huh.
yeah. I did 2 issues
Hmm.
of that, and I did the full pencils right there actually.
Uh-huh.
That I
Oh,
remember. Yeah. Um, I did 2 issues, and I did another short story for the CAG. What is that stands for? The Guild of Comic Book Artists, something like that.
yeah,
Comic Book
comic
Artist Guild.
guild. Yeah, yeah. I know
Yeah,
those guys. Yeah.
yeah. So I did that. That was a long time ago.
Hmm.
But then we ended up not working well together, and we
Right.
just split. I
Right.
didn't finish.
Hmm.
It was, I think, a 12-issue series. I don't think he ever finished it either, but
Right. I know you got some
we
other
learned.
work. Yeah, you got some other work done. The guy who took over, I guess, after you left, James Rodriguez. I've
Rodriguez, yeah.
Yeah, I've known him forever. He went to
Yeah,
high.
he's
Yeah,
pretty good. Pretty good
yeah,
guy,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. He went to high school with my wife. That's how I know him.
Oh, wow.
Small
Small,
world, right?
small world.
Small world, exactly.
Yeah,
So no, that's pretty cool. That's awesome. Um,
yeah.
so I mean, like, so going forward, what came next? Did you start like self-publishing? I mean, obviously you had this and this didn't work out. So,
You
so
know
what did?
what? Self-publishing for me was not. Um, I couldn't do it because I was always so busy. Someone else wanted to work with me. Someone else wanted to hire me. So I never had chance to. I have projects for like 15 years, like my own projects that I want to self-publish, and that I'm
Mhm.
self-publishing right now
Right.
that I finished 15 years ago.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
uh, but I never been able to do it.
Mm.
Like this book right here. I'm gonna show you. Cells of Blood. That's one of those what? Wait, this one. It's from a book that I did. It's a Nathaniel Demon story.
Mm-hmm.
That Nathaniel Demon.
Nice.
I did that like 17 years ago, and I
Right.
never been able to publish it because I'm always so busy doing someone else's stories.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess you're paying the rent, right? So
Right. But
you got to do it.
I will publish him like probably either this year or next year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably gonna do that.
All right. Well, that's cool. So, I mean, I know currently you're working on Doomsday TV.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Um,
so let me know a little bit about that.
okay. That's another. I'm a hoarder. I collect stories.
Uh,
That was 5 years ago.
okay.
I came up with a story,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just started like developing the story, and pitching it to some guys that I know,
Mm-hmm.
and we just start doing them. Like start doing stories. Um, we start doing stories, and finally, this is the thing. I had 250 pages of work.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That's a lot of pages.
it's a lot of it's like 8 books basically.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I did my Kickstarter. It was like the first 3 books,
Right.
um, and then probably next year or at the end of the year I'm gonna do the other 3.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's advisable doing 3 at the same time, but
Now you're talking
that's
about releasing three issues, like 1, 2, and 3 at the same
yeah,
time. Well,
that's what the Kickstarter is
yeah,
basically.
yeah, I do that all the time.
Oh, okay, nice.
so I mean,
I
yeah, I
haven't
mean,
seen any. That's why I'm saying this
yeah, I do it all the time. I mean, it works. It works for me. Because I usually, if you get 3 books, usually $10 a book, so it's usually about $30 for the 3 books.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly. It's cheaper that way
Mhm.
too.
Right. Sometimes you get a little break from your printer. You're like, look, I'm sending you all this damn work. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And
You know.
well, so that story, it's got a lot of important people from the medium. It's got Mike Byrne,
Uh.
Double Eisner Award winner. He's got Tom Levine, who worked for Spawn.
Right.
He was one of the writers. He's got Mr. Gnasso. He's an X-Men. He did X-Men, one X-Men book, work on RoboCop and stuff like that.
Right.
He's big talented guys.
Right.
Who else? He's got many. They liked the project and they just wanted to help.
Gotcha. So were they coming in as writers, illustrators? What were they helping you out with?
Yeah. I mean, Mike is a writer.
Right.
What's I forgot his name. Is Nick Gnasso.
Nick Glass.
Gnasso. Gnazzo.
Oh, okay. Gnasso.
Yeah, and he's a New Yorker too.
Mm-hmm.
He's a penciler, so he did the cover, one of the covers. Obviously, Tom Levine is a writer,
Right.
so they all did their respective things. So I did most of the art, but I also invited a lot of artists too. It's kind of like an anthology, but it's really not. It's I do the main story. The main story follows the main character
Right.
who walks through the apocalypse. So, and but he is trying to record all this bizarre behavior because the premise is basically an asteroid coming straight to Earth,
Right.
and he's gonna kill everybody in 7 years.
Mm.
So that's why he's looking for redemption.
Right.
And so basically, that's a really bad pitch, huh? I told you.
It's okay, man. Trust me, I'm terrible at pitching my book too, so don't worry about it. It's okay.
Right. I'm just worried about looking good here, and it's just I'm not thinking well.
That's
Uh,
right.
no, okay. So yeah, that's the base premise, and that's it.
All right, that's cool. Now you got another book, another anthology out called Monsters and Gods. So I
Pushing
mean,
God.
yeah, man.
And that one just got printed. It's
Mhm.
still hot from the printers.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's a flip book.
Very nice.
You don't see this often.
This is true. Yeah, not a lot of people do them.
No,
Flip through some of the pages. Show us what you got.
yeah. It also has a lot of uh, heavy hitters from the industry. This is Niels Hansen art.
Mhm.
Um, Neil Hansen did a bunch of work on a Punisher, Conan.
Nice.
Oh, it's amazing, this art.
Yeah.
And this script is from Mike Baron too.
Oh, cool.
Same guys that Mike Baron, Neil Hansen, Tom Levine, Jason Snyder. I got another one. My all-time collaborator, Chris Van Strong.
Mhm. Nice. So what's the premise behind this book? What's going on?
Well, it's an anthology book, so it's self-contained stories, short stories about monsters or gods,
Right.
including superheroes.
Mhm.
It's a wide themes,
Mhm.
basically. Whatever it is, I come up like either monsters or gods.
Right.
Very simple.
All right. Well, listen. Sometimes you got to keep it simple,
That's right. Yeah.
right? I
Especially
mean,
with anthologies, yeah, it's just
exactly.
two big themes. That's it.
Mhm.
What
Gotcha.
else?
So now, when working with the anthology, now what are you doing? Are you writing out like a treatment and then sending it out to everybody, and they're coming back with their own original scripts?
Um, no, I told them like, well, I need some stories. Come up with whatever you want
Uh,
that fits the theme, and that's it. I let them do whatever they want.
okay. Well, I guess that works.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Now, when you do these things, like how long is like a time period that you get? Like what is the time period that it takes to get these done? Because I would imagine when you tell somebody get it, do your own thing, you could be waiting for a while.
yes, being an editor, doing these things, because I'm working on number 3 actually. This is number 1. I
Okay,
already have
cool.
number 2 on the can.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you have to wait a long time. These people are really busy doing their own projects, working for big companies, and you just gotta wait until it's been a long time. It's been so many years until since I started until now. It's been like probably like 7-8 years.
Wow. Okay.
So you
Yeah.
just gotta wait. There's
Yeah.
no contracts. There's nothing. So just do it.
Right. No, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, I can only imagine you probably get a page every couple of months, or 2 or 3 pages every couple of months.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now-
I get tons of scripts.
Right. Yeah. Those you get fast.
Doggies.
Uh-huh.
And I keep saying, like, no more scripts. Let's just wait until someone finish one story, and then we'll go for the next one.
Right. Gotcha. Now, are you marrying the artists with the writers? Are you getting the scripts and then you say, okay, I got this artist and I'm gonna give you this guy?
Sometimes they come as a team.
Hmm.
Sometimes, yeah, I have to find. Sometimes I have to find the right. It really sometimes the scripts ask for some kind of artist
Hmm.
that it just you can't just put the any artist. So
Right.
just gotta find it.
Hmm.
So it's you gotta look for good artists too.
Gotcha. Now, when you get the pages, I mean, are you getting finished pages? Like, are you getting pencils, pencil and inks? I mean, you handling the coloring? You having someone handle the? You hiring like getting somebody else to do the coloring?
Um, I am pretty busy too, so I have to hire people.
Mm,
I can't do everything.
right.
Yeah, I have to. As soon as I get the pencils, sometimes I get even roughs. Like
Right.
they just don't want to do the pencils. Like, okay, let's just find someone who can translate those roughs into good pencils.
Mm,
And sometimes I just do it, or I just skip that and I just ink it
right.
over that, and it works very well.
Uh,
It's a
okay.
good, yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Now, are you now who? Because obviously you still have to letter the book. So who's handling the lettering for you? Are you hiring that out, or are you doing it yourself?
I'm a really bad letterer,
Oh, okay.
so I hire someone. Yeah,
Mm,
that's
okay.
one of the things that I just can't do.
Hmm.
But I still do it sometimes. Sometimes
Right.
I gotta
Hmm.
use the illustrator
Right.
and
Right.
dust it
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah, I do two things. I write the stories and I letter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
Well,
letter.
maybe
Yeah.
next time. I'm gonna do.
We'll see. The only thing is, I'm lettering old school. I letter in Photoshop. But
Oh,
yeah, my wife is like, yeah, you because my wife is the one who taught me how to letter. She taught me Photoshop. Now she's doing an Illustrator, and she's like, you know, I gotta bump up. I'm like, come on, really?
yeah. Well, I was at one point I didn't have money to hire anyone. Just like
Hmm.
just being an artist, sometimes you gotta you're short on money.
Oh yeah, of course.
Um, so I had to letter some books that I was doing. So I had to learn how
Hmm.
to letter
Right,
the books in Photoshop. I can't do it in any other program.
right.
It's learning again all over again. It just
Hmm.
takes a long time.
Yeah, yeah. Trust me, I know the struggle. It's not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Sometimes it's good. Sometimes money is good. Sometimes it's just
Oh yeah.
bad. It's
Now,
ups and downs.
yeah, I do it myself because I use it to edit. So I'm like,
Mhm.
I'm lettering and I'm fixing my script at the same time. I'm like, hey, I could take out this and can put that in, and do
That's
do
right.
weird things like that. So
That is the best, actually. I like to edit my books based
Mhm.
on the space, based on how it looks. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
also a good
Mhm.
tip.
Yeah. Yeah, because sometimes you have to rewrite the sentence. You're just like, okay, I only got X amount of space. I'm like, let's see if we can make that a little tighter,
Make it fit. Yeah.
make it fit. Yeah, you know, you got to do what you got to do. That's what the artist gives you. Uh,
That's right. Sometimes I even change the art. When
mhm.
it looks too crowded, I just
Right.
edit that. My
Mhm.
own. I don't mess with other people's.
Right. 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 Of course.
I don't-
Uh, nah, I just mess with the words. you know.
right.
Yeah. Now, where you're at, are before the entire thing happened with the pandemic? Were you doing a lot of shows? Were you doing a lot of conventions?
Uh, I got tired of doing conventions
Hmm.
1 year before the pandemic.
Okay.
I was doing so many. I
Hmm.
was just uh, driving is one of those things that I hate the most.
Right.
So I said, well, I'm just gonna stop relax, and I got a couple of contracts that I was doing, and I was just penciling, inking.
Mm,
But I stopped doing. I used to do the local conventions. That's it.
right.
Maybe the close ones,
Mm,
uh, the next state or stuff like that.
right. Right.
Nothing like going to Chicago or New York. Like no more. Can't
Uh-huh.
do it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah. I
getting
know.
old too.
No, I know. I mean, I used to go out to We did San Diego for about 6 or 7 years in a row, and it was fun. But you spent the entire year getting ready to go to San Diego, you
Yeah,
know, and it was
yeah.
just like, yeah.
To
And
be
it,
honest, sorry. Go ahead.
no, my only thing was just it's expensive.
Oh yeah, it's super
Yeah.
expensive and it's
Mm-hmm.
uncomfortable sometimes. There's no
Mm-hmm.
place to park, no places to eat, no places to, yeah. But yeah, I if I go to San Diego, it's only to network. That's it, or to
Mm-hmm.
just go to the panels. That's it. I
Gotcha.
don't. I mean, it's not like you can get a table easily. Anyway,
True. True. True.
someone needs, someone needs to die for you to get a table.
Yeah. Yeah. We used to get into the small press area where it was only like $500 or $450, and but they had to have proof. Like you had to send in a new comic every year
Yeah.
to show that you did something. You know.
Well, I remember my first conventions. Well, my first convention was in '99, San Diego.
Right.
That was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
You can just show a card, and they just
Uh,
let you in. It doesn't
right.
matter what, like, or be with a comic book. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, this is my name.
Mm-hmm.
They will let you in. That's so easy. And they used to let in all the cosplayers for
Mm-hmm.
free.
Right.
I remember that time, yeah. But now it's just like
Oh yeah.
impossible,
Yeah.
impossible to walk too.
Yeah. I mean, when I was going, we were going to mid 2000s, like 2008. It was from like 2003 to about 2008, 2009. Um, and yeah, it was packed. I mean, it was just people from, you know, it's just crazy. But it's fun though. It's
Yeah,
fun.
and those times there was not as packed. It
Mm-hmm.
was okay.
Right.
That's my brother-in-law.
Gotcha. Mhm. No, that's cool. Um, all right. So we've been at this for a little while. We're coming close to the end, but we're not at the end yet. All right. So before anything else, I got a few more questions for you. But first, is there anything that you wanted me to ask you that I didn't ask you, or is there anything you want to talk about? Let everybody know. That's just
Hmm.
one general question I ask everybody.
What can you ask me? I don't know. I can't think of anything.
All right, that's good. So the second, all right, and then next, before we move on to all these goofy questions, I'm going to ask you. Uh, okay. Let everybody know where they can find your work and where they can pick up your stuff.
Well, you can Google my name, and there's so many like companies that I work with. Somebody, you can find my books on Amazon. You can find them on Comixology. You can find them on just social networks, basically.
Mm,
I don't really have a website with my name like or my company.
mm.
So,
Oh,
but
you on the?
I guess I will start one soon because I'm publishing my. This is my first book that I self-published.
Oh, cool.
So Gemini Comics is the company that I have for 20 years, but I never did anything until
Mm,
now.
got you. Now, where can people get that book?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
No, I said, where can people get that book?
Oh, this book. It was just released on Kickstarter,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess I will tell you later. I don't know. They can contact me, I guess.
All right.
No, but I will be sending them to comic book shops. You can find them
Okay.
there. Like I said, I just got him like probably 1 week or two, like 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Cool.
So I'm just making arrangements for that, and probably Comixology on for digitals and other places, but I don't know yet.
Okay. All right.
But
Cool.
if they contact me, I'll send them one. I mean, obviously, I can sell stuff.
Okay. Well, in the show notes, we'll definitely have like your Facebook page so people can reach out to you.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep. And then, okay, so let's get on to some of these wacky questions I like to ask. Yes.
Okay.
Now, so since you do all these anthologies, you work with all these artists, all these writers. So let me switch it up a little bit. Now, if you had the choice of any writer to work with, who would you work with?
Well, I already had one of my dreams come true. That's Mike Byrne.
Yeah, fantastic writer.
That's top of the line right there. It's gotta be Alan Moore.
Okay.
For sure.
Cool. All right.
Just one? I can tell you 10 of them. Okay.
Give me two more.
Snyder.
Okay. Scott Snyder's good.
Stanley.
Okay. Yep.
That's
Yep. Top of the line.
classic. Yeah.
This is true. All right. Cool. Now, seeing as again you're doing anthology, you work with different artists and stuff. Who would you want? Like, if you had like, you could pick from anybody, living or dead. We will pull them out of the ether. Like, and you don't have to worry about your budget. What artist would you like to get to draw a cover for you?
All right. Like I said, when I first called X-Men #1 by Jim Lee, that was it changed my perspective, my life, and so it's got to be him.
Okay, so all right, so that's a little unfair. Who's number 2?
Number 2,
Yeah,
well, Alex Rose, of course. Oh wait, it just pencils.
Pencil, ink, it doesn't matter. Full enchilada, everything.
Travis Charest.
Okay.
That's my second favorite. It's
Right.
just, the guy's insane.
Yes. Any guy who could work for the French and they tell you you're taking too long is a madman.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. He got fired from that.
Yeah, he did. It's just like, when the French tell you you're taking too long, these guys only put out one comic a year.
Yeah, imagine that.
Exactly.
That's
And
crazy.
I think he was going on 3 years on one book, and they were like, "Come on."
The work he did for that book is insane.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, that is some beautiful work. It's just a shame he didn't get to finish it. Yeah.
It happens. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know his life. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Still, that guy is right here on my.
Oh, yeah.
On my,
No, Travis Harris is an incredible artist. All right, so we'll do some comparatives. All right, so I'll give you some softball ones first. Captain America or Batman?
Easy, Batman.
Okay. Godzilla or Gamera?
Godzilla.
Okay.
100%. It's one of my favorites.
Stanley or Jack Kirby?
Oh gosh. Stanley.
Okay.
Stanley.
Any particular reason?
Well, I gotta be honest. I never liked the King style that much when I was growing up.
Right.
Nowadays I understand it.
Right.
But when I was growing up, I didn't like it. So for that reason, I guess. But I understand they're both. It's hard. It's hard.
No. It is. I understand. When I was growing up, I didn't necessarily appreciate Jack Kirby's work either. But as I grew up, and the more I saw him, especially his pencils, I got to really appreciate it. I was like, wow, his work has a level of power to it that you rarely ever see in comics. So
that's right.
Yeah, it takes a while for you to mature, because that's literally what it is. You got to mature to be like, oh, that's what I'm looking at.
If when you don't know about comics, you just say this guy doesn't know about anatomy, but he
Right.
created his own anatomy.
Exactly.
So it's you gotta understand a little bit of that about comic books to know about him.
Definitely. Let's see. Oh, Bernie writes him or Barry Windsor Smith.
Oh, Windsor Smith, for
Really?
sure. I love those books. Insane. He did some extra large books that you can see even like so much detail on it, and they're extra large.
Yeah.
So it's insane. You don't see that often.
No. They finally announced. I think is it Fantagraphics or Dark Horse is putting out a book of his soon. I think this year.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. It's like it was supposed to be. I think like an Incredible Hulk story, but like Marvel rejected it. But he already had it drawn, so he changed everything. So it's gonna be his.
Well, I don't understand why they rejected that. I mean, it's gotta be. Well, it's crazy.
Yeah. That's Marvel. Who knows? Those guys, they do what they want. Lord of the Rings or Star Wars?
Star Wars, 100%. I'm not much about that kind of fantasy. I don't even like Thor comics. So.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, that's fair. So, what do you like more into horror?
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of. Okay. Wally Wood or Al Williamson?
Wally.
Wally Wood.
Wally's inks are insane. Yeah.
Okay. I get that. Predator or Alien?
Oh, now that's a tough one. I can't pick. I don't know. I like them both equally.
All right.
That's a tie. I just can't do it.
Okay. No. All right. We'll do a couple more of these and we'll wrap it up for the night. Okay. Avengers or Justice League?
From this era or from past?
It's up to you, man.
Oh God. I'll say Justice League right here.
Okay. All right. There you go. That's true. You do have them on your wall. Makes sense.
That's right.
But
look.
But there you go. Now you got them on your shirt. There you go.
It's a tough one too.
It's a tough one. All right. I hit you one more tough one, and then we'll call it a night. John Byrne or George Perez?
Oh God, I like them both. Perez. I'm going for Perez because he's done. Well, I just can't say that either. I was gonna say more better work.
Right.
Perez. I like Perez. What he's done with those team books, even with versus that he did.
JLA versus Avengers.
That's right. It's an insane books and the Crisis and all that. The covers, all that. I guess I'll go for him. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. No, that's awesome. Because George Perez, man. I mean, you can't beat him. But John Byrne is also incredible.
Oh, Yeah, he's done some of my favorite books too.
Yeah. I had one guy point out. He said Perez, for character design and art, and then Byrne for his writing.
Oh yeah.
Because that's one of the things a lot of people forget. John Byrne, that guy can write. That guy was an awesome writer. As well as an artist.
Yeah, he was very good.
Right.
I think he did the Canadian team. What's it called?
Alpha Flight.
Alpha Flight, right? He wrote it.
Yeah. He wrote it. He drew it. He did the whole thing.
Yeah, that was a pretty good book.
Yeah, I think he created most, if not all the characters, most of the characters. Like he created most of them.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I think North Star and the Sister, and I think Sasquatch and Puck. I think most of those characters, he created.
No,
I think.
we're good.
Yeah. No. John Byrne was awesome, man. I mean, you know, I only wish they were. I only wish they were both like 20 or 30 years younger.
That's right. Yeah.
You
But
know.
yeah, when I first got introduced to him, he was doing the Superman,
Mhm.
the revamp,
Oh yeah.
Superman #1.
Hmm.
That was an that was really good,
Yeah.
really
Man
good
of
book.
Steel.
Man of
Yeah.
Steel. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hmm. Yeah. No, that stuff was awesome.
And
So.
that was hard. That was hard to find in Mexico actually, because
Mhm.
it was all the American issues was it was you had to go to very specialized stores
Right.
or like um, it was hard, but they
Mhm.
did reprint them. So it was
In Spanish.
in Spanish. Yeah,
Yeah. That must have been cool.
all the big books, they always reprint.
Mhm. All right. No, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. So we're at the end. So, one more time, where can people find your work, or like, you know, like, what's like? Did you ever recently have an Indiegogo?
Sorry, what?
Did you recently have an Indiegogo?
I just finished it. Yeah, it's for Doomsday TV.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the first 3 issues.
Okay, and they can still order it on Indemand.
They can order in demand.
Mm-hmm.
That's
All right.
yeah. You can find them there, or eventually they will be on stores.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna open a I'm gonna open a website, or I guess, so I can start selling them.
Right.
But just keep an eye on it.
All right. So there you go. So we made it to the end, Ozzy. We made it to the end. All
Oh,
right.
finally! Ooh.
Woo! There we go. So thanks a lot, guys. Please go check out Ozzy's work. The stuff's incredible. It's on Indiegogo, on Indemand, Doomsday TV. So please like, subscribe, let everybody know, share out this video. Go check out the Tall Tales Kickstarter currently running. And I will talk to you guys soon with a brand new artist. Have a great one, guys.
Thank you, JD.
Thank you.